Are you emotionally constipated? So many of us are. So many of us have had traumatic events in the past that have caused us to close our hearts, or we have some kind of a blockage going on in our energy and our emotional field. So today we're going to be talking about the benefits of letting yourself feel all the feels so that you're no longer constipated. Hi, I'm Marcella, and I'm here to help you heal your inner wounds and elevate your consciousness for good. Here are 3 benefits to allowing yourself to feel when you heal those emotional wounds. The first is that you're able to feel deeply, meaning you're able to experience the range, the beauty of what it is to be human. That is what makes us human, is the range of colorful emotions we could feel, from anger, sadness, joy, peace, elation, you name it. It's a colorful, colorful world of emotions that we live in. And unfortunately, when we have a traumatic experience happen, or we've lived through dysfunctional relationships or a dysfunctional upbringing, we end up having trapped emotions and energy in our energy field, in our emotional field. It's all very linked together, but we're talking about what isn't tangible. We can see our bodies, but we know when we are experiencing sadness, we know when we're experiencing joy, these types of things. So they're intangible aspects of who we are that exist, and many times we have blockages from those traumatic events that really cause us to freeze up. Our hearts freeze up, so we no longer feel safe to be open to love or to receive love. This can happen when you've been through a divorce, a breakup, job loss, a friendship that goes awry. So many things happen in our lives that can cause us to freeze up in our hearts, in any of our energy systems. Sometimes we feel it in our gut. Sometimes we get headaches. So we can have somatic responses as well. So when you're able to really release some of those traumatic emotions from your past, that means that you're able to be authentically you, and you're able to authentically feel. And that is a beautiful human experience. The second benefit of emotional healing is that you're able to understand the root cause of why you feel the way you do. So now that you're allowing yourself to feel, you can start to identify, when was the first time you started to feel that way? Was it something your mother said when you were 5? Was it something your father said when you were 12? Is it the way a teacher reacted to a grade? Is it the way you were bullied when you were a child? So many things happen in our lives that can cause us to freeze up and have a trauma that just lingers in our bodies. So when you heal your emotional wounds, it's easier to go back and identify, okay, why am I feeling this way? So another example for me is that I used to have a lot of stress around money. I didn't understand why it was difficult for me to make it and then keep it. It was like as soon as I made it, I would let it go. And it wasn't until I started to do the deep inner work that I realized that when I was younger, there was a lot of stress around money. My mother seemed to always be stressed about it, and so did my father. And so at a young age, I absorbed that energy, that money is stressful. So I believe that as soon as I had money, I wanted to get rid of it, because just the idea of having it was stressful, and I needed to sort of let it go. So really understanding what some of the root causes are for how we feel and why we feel a certain way is going to help us get to the root and then help us dissolve that said trauma or imprint from our past. Third benefit of emotional healing is that you're able to restore your sense of freedom and confidence because you now have a knowing, a deeper knowing of why you've been repeating certain patterns, why you've been in certain relationships. So this knowing really gives you like this deeper sense of empowerment that now you can go on living your life in a way that's more healthy, that's more conscious. You know now that you don't need to repeat the same mistakes because you've already healed those wounds from your past. And you feel so much more liberated, confident, and empowered. And that is amazing. And now you're more free to co-create the life of your dreams. So let me know if this resonated with you. I've also included a free guide down below so that you can download it. And I will see you in the next video.